Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we are looking at the life, the legacy, and the absolute monumental cultural impact of the legendary hip-hop artist Rob Base. Following the incredibly sad news of his passing, we're going to explore his journey to understand exactly how he helped shape the music industry as we know it today. You know, we are skipping a traditional intro today to start right at the emotional core. This beautiful quote from his family's official announcement truly captures the immense loss of Robert Ginyard, the Harlem native we all knew and loved as Rob Base. They reminded us that his music, his energy, and his legacy literally became the soundtrack to our lives. Beyond the stage, he was just a deeply creative force who brought joy to millions of people.
Section 1. Farewell to a Legend. Let's look at the breaking news that completely shifted the music world this Friday.
Rob Base was just 59 years old. He passed away surrounded by his family after a private battle with cancer. And what makes this even more heartbreaking is that this tragic loss occurred just days after his 59th birthday. He left us far, far too soon, but the mark he left on the world in those 59 years, it's absolutely staggering. You really get a sense of his reach when you look at the tributes that poured in immediately from across the entire entertainment spectrum. Comedian Dane Cook quoted the iconic lyrics of his biggest hit, showing us that this wasn't just a loss for the hip-hop community. No, this was a massive loss for pop culture entirely. Rob Base's music was just woven into the fabric of everyday life for millions.
Moving to Section 2. The anthem, It Takes Two. Now what's really fascinating here is how a single track bridged two massive worlds.
Released back in 1988 with his musical partner DJ Easy Rock, It Takes Two absolutely exploded. It didn't just stay within its own genre. It boldly forced hip-hop right into mainstream dance clubs, which at the time were largely segregated musically. The track shot all the way up to number 3 on the Billboard Hot Dance/Club Songs chart and achieved certified platinum status. I mean, this was a true crossover milestone, a real game changer.
So, the crucial point here is that this wasn't just some fleeting, flash-in-the-pan hit for the late 80s. It became a permanent cultural touchstone. It was sampled by heavyweights like Snoop Dogg and the Black Eyed Peas. It crossed over into Hollywood in the 2009 romantic comedy The Proposal. It even found a massive audience in the gaming world in the iconic 2004 video game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This song was, and still is, inescapably embedded in the DNA of modern entertainment. Section 3. A spontaneous studio session. Let's see how this builds into an incredible creation myth. There is a wild irony to how this song came together. Based on a super revealing 2014 interview Rob Base gave to Rolling Stone, the reality of that night? Rob Base and DJ Easy Rock were literally just hanging out at a friend's house, going through records. They had studio time booked for that very night, and get this, they had absolutely nothing prepared. No grand plan, nothing. And yet, the result of that completely unplanned night was a certified platinum Billboard mega hit. They birthed a global phenomenon purely on the fly. Tracking their musical journey reveals an incredible, yet deeply tragic timeline. A childhood friendship formed way back in the 4th grade blossomed into a duo that released their first single together in 1986. Just 2 years later, they dropped It Takes Two and made history. Tragically, though, the timeline ends on a somber note. DJ Easy Rock, whose real name was Rodney Bryce, passed away from diabetes-related complications in 2014. He was just 56 years old. Reflecting on that fateful night, Rob Base admitted they just found the famous Lynn Collins sample, took it straight to the studio, and honestly, they never expected it to cross over or become as massive as it did. It just goes to prove that sometimes spontaneous energy, authentic connection, and pure raw instinct can create the most enduring masterpieces in music history. Finally, Section 4. A soundtrack to our lives. As we wrap up this explainer, let's reflect on their lasting legacy.
NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders completely hit the nail on the head here. Rob Base wasn't just a legend to hip-hop fans. He was a creative force whose impact completely transcended his own genre. He became a legend to athletes, to actors, comedians, and everyday people, uniting millions of us through a shared love of rhythm and pure joy.
Both Rob Base and DJ Easy Rock may be gone, but man, the joy they captured in that studio on that totally unprepared night, that remains immortal. As we say goodbye to these incredible pioneers of hip-hop's golden era, it really leaves us with this final thought. How will their raw, unscripted magic echo into the future? And who will they inspire to create the next generation's soundtrack? Thank you so much for exploring this remarkable life with me today.